Hi, today we are going to be looking at my first piece of plate armour I've purchased for myself. Now this is second hand. I brought this off my friend. It's late 14th, early 15th century, and well, it does need a lot of work doing to it. There's a, I don't know if you noticed here, there's a hinge missing. And these buckles are, bring it a bit closer, these aren't authentic for the period, so at some point at a later date I will be replacing these straps, these buckles, with something more appropriate. But that's not how I got the armour. This is the condition I got the armour in. Lots of lovely surface rust on there. So at the moment, first thing I'm going to show you is how I will remove this nasty surface rust and get it to a little bit of a better standard. So what you will need is you'll need some sandpaper. This is 60 grit. You'll need a sanding block. This is, I'm not sure what grit it is, it's very, very fine. Some very fine wire wool. Some brushes, yeah, brushes. So this is a nylon, quite soft, well, soft for working on metal brush, a bronze medium-ish brush, and a quite heavy steel brush. Probably won't end up using that one though. You also need some trusty WD-40. Cannot go wrong with that. Now, the problem with rust is, apart from making your armour look rather unsightly, is that it also can ruin the armour. It can end up eating through the armour, ruining it, and well, that's not very useful, is it? This is supposed to protect your life. This is supposed to keep you nice and safe. So the first thing I would do when receiving second-hand armour, so this has been worn in reenactment fights, so it's been hit, it's been bashed. The first thing I will do is I'll just run my finger around any edges like this, and if there's any sharp points, there's one here that well, especially if you let the public handle your kit, particularly children, you don't want them hurting themselves on any sharp, jagged bits. So just take the really rough sandpaper, sand that down until you can run your finger over, and you know there's nothing is going to cut anybody. That'd be good. Blood's also very good, bad for rust even. So to get rid of this orangey, it is orangey, I promise. It might not look that orangey on the video, but it is. First I give a good spray of the WD-40. Not too much, but don't be stingy. Then I'll use my sanding block, and with very small circles I will start to scrub off the rust. There's unfortunately no quick way around this. It does involve, unless I suppose you've got buffing wheels, it does involve some elbow grease. Once you've given it a good scrub, take an old rag, just wipe off the WD-40. You don't have to use WD-40, there's lots of other products available. Just check where you've gone over. Sometimes, you know, the rust can spread over and obscure what what you're working on. Just go back over it. Now this armour, I believe it was originally mirror finish, so it's there all of these legs, so you'll see there on the knee I've started getting that rust off. There is another patch of darker rust, this pitting, that started to take hold, and that is going to need a slightly different attack. But you'll see on this arm piece that it used to originally have a mirror finish. I'm not a fan of mirror finish for myself, for my armour. I'm hopefully going to be portraying somebody who isn't super rich. Super rich people would have mirror finish armour. So to do it period, to get that mirror finish, it would take a lot of work, a lot of effort. So obviously, as a rich person, you would have to pay somebody for that time, that energy. So think of it as, you know, those rich kids that you see on Instagram or whatever, when they're like, oh yes, I'm in my 5 Lamborghinis in one go. That's sort of like having mirror finish armour. The average person, the average soldier, I should say, even though yes, they were well off for the time, it was more likely to be a satin finish, or if you couldn't afford that, then probably a hammered blackened finish from the forge. So I like to keep a satin finish. So it's just a case of going, spraying with the WD-40, giving it a scrub with the pad. Remember to go in nice little circles, and then wipe off with a rag. And what I use the brushes for is areas, say, like here where the rivets are, or if there's hinges like there, I use the brushes to get in to those areas to clean off anything down in there. Same principle again, just wipe it off. The wire wool is especially useful for areas that may dip in, like these little bits here. So in this case, good spray. Remember to use it in a well ventilated area, and then I just use this small circles. So I'm going to finish up doing one of my legs, and I will show you guys a picture after, and then hopefully at a later date I'll make a video on how to get rid of that pitting, that really deep rust, and also how to change the straps on your armour, or to maintain the leather, look after the leather. So thank you.